Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Wade Watches. I'm Wade. Welcome to another fresh out of the movie theater review, and welcome to another another Wade rewatches video. I haven't officially called it that. I called it that when I did this with Deadpool and Wolverine, where I simply went to see it a second time and decided to provide my 2 cents on that. So I guess that's what I'm going to call it going forward. Welcome to another edition of Wade Rewatches, where, as you can see from this giant standee behind me, today I rewatched Captain America: Brave New World. First time I saw it was in IMAX 3D, and this time around I saw it in my good old Dolby Cinema theater. This is the theater I primarily go to, and to my surprise, I'm going to go ahead and recommend that you spend a little bit more money on an IMAX ticket than, of course, you would on a Dolby ticket, and go with IMAX. For some reason, this looked and sounded just a little bit better in IMAX. I think it's because, for the flying sequences, the whole screen expanded. So I'm going to say, a technical note, go for the IMAX with Captain America: Brave New World. But if you got to go with the Dolby, it still looks and sounds incredible in Dolby Cinema, but IMAX was just a little bit better. So that's my technical review of Captain America: Brave New World. Now on to the I can't call this a full review, but on to any new thoughts, any new developments that I have upon watching this for the second time in theaters. And honestly, I don't really have any new thoughts. My opinion remains the same. The rating that I gave the first time around, 7.5 out of 10, still stands. So, good movie, very fun, very enjoyable, very solid, but not great, but certainly not terrible, abominable either. I still really like this movie watching it the second time around. My opinion didn't change for the worse, but still didn't change for the better either. And I don't want to rehash everything I said in that first review, because it still stands. I still, the main issue, the main gripe that bogged it down a couple of points is the fact that it seems like they had too many irons in the fire. They had a lot of things going on, but that 1 hour and 58-minute runtime is just not enough, was just not enough to explore everything that they wanted to explore. That unfortunately still stood out to me, and that still is the main thing that drags it down. But everything else is good. I like Anthony Mackie's take on Captain America. I like Sam Wilson's take on Captain America. I enjoyed all of the other players. Still like that chemistry between Sam and Joaquin Torres. Still liked Harrison Ford taking over for William Hurt, doing his own take on Thunderbolt Thaddeus Ross. And on the note of Harrison Ford, there were a couple of sequences with him that were just just masterclass acting, man. So that's something that popped out to me a second time, and something that I enjoyed even more. Just his overall performance as Thaddeus Ross, and obviously it's not a spoiler, like it's on the standee right here behind me, but I enjoyed that showdown between Captain America and Red Hulk, and I even enjoyed, it only happens a couple of times, and I don't want to give away too much, even though this is my second review. I'm not going to spoil it, still not going to spoil anything, but there are a couple of sequences where, let's just say, he's trying to hold it in, that were actually, and this is me seeing it for a second time, so I already know what's going to happen, that were still actually quite tense and quite gripping. He really does sell that, the fact that there's something inside of him that he really can't let out, and that he's really struggling to keep it in. So that's just, top-notch acting from Harrison Ford. Other than that, still a fun time. Still really enjoyed myself with this one. It gave me exactly what I wanted, just a good fun time at the movies. I already addressed all of this in my first review, but if you guys have seen that first review, for those of you who haven't seen that first review, I'll say it again. I'm not hoping for, Marvel to be restored to its former glory or whatever. I've enjoyed a couple of things that have come out post-Endgame. I have not enjoyed a couple of things that have come out post-Endgame as well, but nothing's made me angry. Nothing's made me want to put my foot through my laptop or, throw something. And you know, like a lot of people, you know, I did literally grow up with this franchise. I remember seeing Iron Man, the first Iron Man in 2008 at this very movie theater when I was just 8 years old. So, you know, part of me gets that. I'm not trying to rag on people who are incredibly disappointed with the current state of the MCU. I did say in my first video, and this still stands, some people with some of the stuff that they're saying and some of the critiques that they have, y'all need to chill and y'all need to keep that shit to yourself. But anyone who's just like, you know, I really wish that you know, the current MCU would just give me the goosebumps like the Infinity Saga did. I gotcha, I get it, but I just don't share that same wish or that same desire. And I did say all of that in my first video, and that still stands. Like, again, 7.5 out of 10 for Brave New World is still my rating. I still thoroughly enjoyed this. I still liked it overall. And yeah, you know, even now, I don't have any complaints outside of them trying to do too much with too little of a runtime. Nothing was like, wow, that's stupid, that's idiotic, like how could you do that, you know, you ruined Captain America. No, not at all, not at all. This was still a really enjoyable movie for me. So yeah, you know, that's about it. You know, Harrison Ford's performance was more appreciated by me this time around. I like the showdown, you know, the Red Hulk fight, you know, this time even more this time around. And you know, it was still a solid, fun watch. So wrapping it up, once again, my rating for Captain America Brave New World is still a 7.5 out of 10. I still really had fun watching this. I don't know whether Marvel will be back. Both Thunderbolts and the Fantastic Four First Steps seem like they might kind of, you know, bump things up from Brave New World. And again, I still really like Brave New World, but just like going from the trailers that played before Brave New World, I do kind of get the feeling that I might enjoy Thunderbolts and definitely Fantastic Four a little bit more than I enjoyed this, but they might be worse than this. Both of those films might be much worse than this, so we'll just have to wait and see. So for now, I'll just say I don't really care if Marvel ever comes back. I don't really care about the current state of the MCU. I just saw a very enjoyable comic book film. I like comic book films. I like superhero movies. I like all things superheroes. I just wanted to see a fun superhero movie. That's what Brave New World gave me both times around, and it's still a 7.5 out of 10. You know, in my mind, not everything, in my mind and in my opinion, not everything needs to be Endgame. Not everything needs to be Infinity War, Black Panther, The Dark Knight. Not every comic book movie needs to be a cinematic game changer to have value. You know, I didn't want this to be as good as Winter Soldier. I didn't want this to be as good as Civil War. Was never really expecting it to be. I genuinely went into this saying, I just want to have fun with this. That's what this film gave me. And you know, nothing new to add. It gave me that once again. I still enjoyed myself. I walked out with a smile on my face, and it's still a solid 7.5 out of 10 movie that I had a lot of fun with. So this has been an edition of Wade Rewatches, and I'll see you all next time. I still really like Captain America Brave New World. Peace.